Okay, here we are, World of Tanks, making an instructional video for artillery players that wish to improve maybe on their game or maybe a little stuff they didn't know. We'll be covering a few things this morning. One will be how to help your teammates without hitting them. Or if you do hit them, that's not so bad. Leading targets, using your splash damage on your American Arty, in this case the M12, to inflict damage, stun crews, so that your team can either take them out or you do. 3, you can manipulate telemetry, meaning your telemetry sometimes broken, meaning that across the gully or in a dip, so to speak, you can still hit tanks. You just have to watch your center dot and sort of just play with it and figure it out. But your splash damage is a wonderful thing, and that's what we're going to be looking at. Also, counter arty today. You want to always counter, take the other artillery out so that your tanks in the field can do their job. And last but not least, defending your base in the event that you have to. A lot of times you have to. So we'll see where we are and here shortly, and hopefully you'll get something out of this video. I want to thank the guys that helped me become a better artillery guy. Father John of D-Day, great artillery player. And he taught me a lot. Crew designation, how to play, how to counter, etc. So first, we're going to be jumping around quite a bit. So essentially, that's because I'm looking for different scenarios here, and that's what this replay was all about. Blind shots. I'm pretty certain that splash damage did some splash damage. I won't know because it won't show up on my screen until the end of the game. But also, some stuff will, and the name of the game here essentially is do the most damage you can, stop tanks in their tracks, no pun intended, on different flanks. Once you hit somebody, they're going to think twice about exposing themselves again. So the name of the game is they don't want to be lit, but you want them lit so that you can do the damage and hopefully make an impact on your game. Here's one such issue with telemetry. Now, of course, we'll get back to that, but here's your splash damage. Bang! AMX, I was able to stun him and stop him, and my teammate ultimately took him out. T-34 there, I'm not sure whether I got this guy or not because it was a blind shot. However, he's going to know that artillery had an eye on him at least. And so, again, that tends to change the outcome of a game. And ultimately, you want to do a good job for your team. Now, here's the telemetry issue I was talking about. If you notice that my telemetry is broken there. And I generally, when it's broken like that, the shell will go where the center dot is, pretty much. But you have to be at least close. So here I'm going to take a shot and was able to stun the crew into BK. Now, the M4 is going to come up and hit him and actually catch him on fire. And so you done your job, you disabled that tank, he got caught on fire, and ultimately he's destroyed. Your teammates are loving you for that stuff. Now the T-34 here, same thing, I was going to try to hit him, but he was surrounded. So again, we're going to jump around. The T-29, and I've seen this guy before in the beginning of the video. It looks like that he took a little damage from my splash. Maybe that was me, I don't know. It's not important at this point, but what is important is I'm going to take my shot at him. He's going to disappear. I'm going to take it because I'm pretty sure I'm going to hit him anyway. And I saw an artillery light up down here, which happens to be the Crusader. Now, Crusader is going to probably see he's lit, and if he doesn't see he's lit, he's going to know that I've seen him because I'm going to fire at him. So, he's still lit, which is an amazingly long time, but he has 2 tanks in front of him there. So I'm going to take some splash damage on this guy. His crew is stunned. He's not going to be as effective as he normally would. And since he's still lit, I'm going to take another shot at him. And he's probably thinking, damn, what'd I do? Well, you got lit. That's what you did. And when you're lit, you get hit. I mean, that's the name of the game with artillery. And, as long as you're doing a good job for your team, they're going to love you. Hit them, they're going to hate you. So, just pay attention. Now, you're going to notice when this Crusader parks, he's going to take a shot at somebody, and he's going to disappear, but I'm going to see the vapor trail from his shot. Now, I call this counter battery. Now, what I'm going to do is I don't think he had time to get away or very far, so I'm looking for splash damage at the very least, but I ultimately destroyed him. Better him than me. So, at the end of the day, it's kind of a crappy attitude, but, hey, it is what it is. It's tanks. And the name of the game's winning. So we're out to win today. Now, the T-29 here and the M4, the T-29, in my opinion, and everybody else's, even though that he has little health, he's the M4's in trouble, and he's going to take a shot, and he's going to do no damage. So I'm watching this, and as an artillery player, I'm thinking, what can I do to help? So I'm going to make sure that the M4's out of range. And I'm just going to hang out a minute, take a shot. And what happened, he was low enough in health where I was able to take him out. Now, he has a buddy. The T-3485 is saying, oh, look, there's the M4, and my buddy got killed. I'm going to take revenge. So, okay, well, that's all fine, except for you're lit. Again, I don't have to repeat what happens when you're lit. So the M4 took a shot, and he's a little low on health, and I'm watching here, and the other artillery took a shot at this guy, missed him, but the important thing that he did is he leveled that building in front of him, which allows me to get a shot past it and hit the T-34. So now the T-34 is not so interested in the M4 as much as he is getting away. So here we are, naughty boys, they're at our base, and I don't know where they're at. I'm just going to take a blind shot, just to let them know, hey, our artillery is on the job here. We know you're there, and we're going to try to hit you. So I didn't know where he was, and I kind of think I did some damage to him. Again, you can't tell to the end of the game. However, I do see him sitting there with 200 health, and so I positioned myself between, with a bale of hay in between himself and me. He fires, shoots, hits the bale of hay instead of me. I take him out. Now, is that the end? Well, hopefully it was, but it's not. So, we have another tank took a shot at me here. Thinking, oh no, it's the worst scenario for any artillery player. So I look around, and someone took a shot at him, so he stopped long enough to take a shot at them. Big mistake. You only have 186 hit points. You're coming at me like I'm going to be an easy kill. Guess what? I'm sending you to heaven. So, at the end of the day, we learned some important things. You can defend the cap. You can do splash damage in the right scenario. You can also help your team players, and you can do all this without them getting nasty with you, which artillery, has a tendency of not doing a really good job. So that's why a lot of people are on their backs. But at any rate, that's where we are, and I hope you've learned something from this. At the very least, learn what not to do. And I wish you all the luck. Keep plugging away at it. Artillery is not the easiest thing to do. So, just keep plugging away at it. And big shout out to H-Hour and Father John. Thanks for all your help and being a good bunch of guys. And we'll see you on the battlefield.